Okay, hey everybody, this is Speakeasy Podcast TV. We're on episode 5, and today we have a local talent, local musician with us today. We got Kinzie Rose.
Hello,
Kinzie, how you doing? It's been a while.
It has.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I was last here.
I know, right? And I think the last time I did see you, I think I went by and you were at what's Starving Artist Bistro.
Yes.
Yeah, and
that's right.
I seen you, and I think me and my buddy, we were riding our scooters around, and then I seen you performing. But that was the last time I think I remember seeing you. So how have you been other than that?
I have been pretty good. You know, I've had just like the right amount of shows and just the right amount of time of being able to just relax.
Exactly, it's balance,
so,
right?
Yeah, like to this morning, even getting up for the interview, I was like, oh my God, because I'm so used to doing the phone interviews, you know, video, because that's what's been going on the past couple of years.
Yeah,
since everyone's
COVID.
doing. And so I was like, you know what, this is an in-person interview. I can't remember the last time I did an in-person interview.
Do you prefer the over the video interviews, or do you like the personal?
I like personal because you can plan out what you're going to say. But
That's
as soon
true.
as you get with the person, you guys get to like bounce the energy off each other. And that's probably my favorite part about interviewing. And you don't really get to do that when you're over the phone.
Well, yeah, that, and then I think when you do like the video interviews, you do like the what do they call that? The Zoom meetings. We do them here sometimes, but sometimes you get bad reception, so it's kind of choppy, and they haven't perfected it yet. So.
No, yeah, and where I live 30 minutes from town now.
Oh, okay.
I live off of like Copper and Fowler, out in like the Clovis countryside, and it takes 30 minutes to
That's
get
out there.
to town.
Copper and Fowler. I'm trying to think where that's at. It's that way? Southeast?
It's that way.
That way, okay, alright, yeah, I don't...
You go, like, you can go down the 168 all the way to Fowler, and then you just take that straight up.
Okay, alright, cool. So I have some, like, questions, kind of want to know what you're all about, and, first question, how long have you been singing?
I have been singing since I was about 4.
Okay, wow.
I started my first like show because I did theater before I did you know like solo artist, and I did that from the ages of like I want to say between 4 and around like maybe 6 or 7.
Okay.
I did Cinderella and Aladdin. Those are the first 2 plays I ever did.
Okay, so you start off in plays, and then were you like the lead role in the...
No, I always played a princess though.
Okay.
One of the little princesses. Just because by the time I was doing theater, I was tiny. I didn't really get lead roles until I hit high school. And I was always the understudy.
Well, hey, you gotta start somewhere. And you
no,
know what?
it was
Some of the
great.
best artists ever always start at the bottom. As Drake said, start from the bottom, now we're here, right?
Right.
So like, what inspired you to get into music?
Well, when I was younger, my dream was to be a Disney princess. So that's kind of what encouraged me to start. But as I got older, it was more of just falling in love with music, and that's how I really expressed myself. That's how I really showed people how I was feeling, because I'm not really the best at talking about my feelings. I'm terrible at it. But music helps a lot. It's like it calms the nerve for me. And as I got older, that's kind of what really got me into
kind
really
of your
dedicating.
escape too, and it was also your way of expressing yourself. It's awesome. Everybody has their way of doing that, you know, and it's cool that you found yours. Are you signed to a record label or anything right now?
Right now, I'm currently with management.
Management, okay.
And I have some like conversations going on, but nothing really serious yet. Just kind of just seeing how it goes, trying to get my numbers.
Were you on I Manage Stars or something? There was a guy that was his company name was I Manage Stars. I thought you were part of that.
It sounds very familiar.
This was like
familiar.
5, maybe 10 years ago when I first met you. So.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I remember. You know how I actually remember how when I first saw you perform was at, what was it? It was Blair Media in in what's the studio, the art studio that I used to have, Broadway Studios. This was like 2015, 2016, and
Oh
I
my
remember
God.
seeing you. You were young. You were
Yeah,
young
I
at
was
the time.
like
I was probably
15,
about
16
20. Yeah, and I
at
was
the
probably about.
time.
I'm about 10 years older than you, but yeah, I remember seeing you, and I did some video. I remember it was just spontaneous. I was just shooting video, of different events around Art Hop and stuff, and I saw you, and I just recorded you. I remember you saw it, and then you added me, and I think you shared it, and then that's. I think that's how we officially met, though. Yeah.
No, yeah, and then I remember always just seeing you pop up at shows. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, people are always like, "You're everywhere," and I'm like, "Well, I do video and I do photography. That's how I started." So, yeah, that's how I remember you. So what are some of the biggest events you've ever performed at?
So far my biggest event was probably, to me, my biggest event was opening up for Waka Flocka and
Okay,
Baby Bash.
that's some big names.
I have to say that was like, to me, business-wise, that was the biggest show.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, the biggest show to me, which was my favorite, was actually performing at the CVMAs.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, and that was actually really big. That was my very professional
Mm-hmm.
venue that I did.
And where do they host those at?
The CVMAs, it's at a different location this year, but last year it was at, oh my God, where is it? The Visalia Convention Center.
Okay, all right. It's funny. I just went to Visalia the other day, and I didn't realize how nice Visalia was as a city.
Yeah, it has some very solid parts.
Mm-hmm. I like the downtown area.
Yeah, downtown area is actually quite nice.
Mhm.
And going for the CVMAs is like the first time I remember going really to Visalia,
Mhm.
to go to Visalia.
Mhm.
Usually it's just pass through.
Yeah, for me it was usually just driving through, and yeah, that was my first time the other day. So before you before you perform, what kind of motivates you into getting into the mind state of being ready to perform?
Sometimes it really depends on my day. Sometimes I give some of my best performances when I'm really upset or I'm really mad. So I don't know why, but those are just the best performances. And sometimes I'm just like a nervous wreck. And so like I'll just kind of sit there. I always end up sitting, like finding a quiet spot to kind of just center myself. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this, perform. And I'm going to have a great time doing it, and just trying to like basically pump myself up to do the show. And I do that before every single performance.
That's what you got to do. You got to be your own motivator. And I think like you have to be able to kind of work with whatever emotion, like you said, you're going off of that day. And like you said, sometimes you perform best when you're going through it or under stress or pain. I mean, that's what most artists do, and that's how you express yourself the best. Because look at painters who paint. Like they always paint when they're in despair, and they probably get the best results out. That's your emotion coming out with whatever art, media you do. So that's pretty cool that you use that as a tool, basically.
I mean, because it would be so much harder to just try and get rid of it, before the show. So it's better just to embrace it, because I always get nervous before a show. Whether I'm upset, happy, angry, I'm always nervous. I always get the butterflies in my stomach.
Even after so many years of doing it, you still get a little bit of butterflies. Yeah.
Yep, it never goes away.
Well, yeah, maybe that's not you being nervous. Maybe that's you being more excited that you're about to do something that you love to do. You could look at it that way too.
No, yeah, that's very true.
So where is singing taking you?
Singing right now is taking me. It's kind of stagnant, actually. It's kind of stagnant, just because everyone's starting to open up their venues, and everyone's starting to do their shows and actually do live shows instead of internet shows. But I'm actually really happy with the direction it's going. Even though everything's just starting to open up, I'm still making very big strides in where I want to go and achieving my goals in music.
Okay. Well, that's kind of natural too. You're gonna have your dead spots when you're in your artistic state. you're gonna have spots that slow spots. But even if you're doing little accomplishments, those are the little steps getting you to a bigger goal, basically.
Every step counts.
Exactly. Do you play any musical instruments?
I play several, actually.
Okay.
Some of them might take me a little bit longer to just, revamp my brain.
Yeah.
But I play 3 different saxophones.
Oh wow.
The cello. I play a little bit of keyboard, ukulele. I actually did, I don't know, Mike remembers, but I did do a show here. And he had a ukulele.
Okay.
And I learned a song literally like right before I went on, and I performed it with the ukulele.
Oh wow, that takes a lot of talent to learn something that quick too. And you're a fast learner probably too. I know we have some pictures. If we can show some of those of you playing the guitar.
Yes, actually, I took guitar my junior year of high school.
Okay. Do you know a lot of chords and notes and?
I know chords and I know notes, but I do not know songs other than my own.
Okay, all right. And then we have a few other. This one of you with the guitar, and then there's that one. That's the one I used for the flyer. That's a really cool picture.
No, I loved that picture.
I like your hair in it.
Yeah,
Really
I loved
cool.
my hair.
Black and white, really beautiful picture. Yeah.
Everyone responds well to me as a blonde.
It was what?
Everyone responds well to me as a blonde.
Oh. And then we do have, I think, some events coming up. Some posters of
Yes.
things you
We
do
have
have
quite a few.
in the works. There's the Halloween one.
And I'm actually hoping I can get my band ready to do that show.
Okay.
Because we've been practicing for
Uh-huh.
about a month now.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about it because I've always wanted to do the band thing. And I was for a little bit, but things just didn't work out. But this time we started again, and I'm really hoping it really takes off.
Excellent. And then we have this next poster. When was this one supposed to be? I remember.
November 8th.
November 8th?
Nope,
Okay.
nope, I lied.
Well,
It says 12th.
Oh, 12. Okay.
I could have sworn the flyer had said. Yeah.
Cool. And these are all like upcoming events. They're very close together. I noticed that.
Yeah. I think for Halloween, I have that one show for Halloween, but November seems to be very, very packed out.
Uh-huh.
Which is shocking to me just because that's like Thanksgiving time. Everyone's getting ready to like be with family, getting all their ingredients to make Thanksgiving.
I think it might be because it's not too cold and it's cooling down, and like me personally, I don't want to do anything when it's hot. So like I noticed,
yeah.
I feel I'd rather go to events when it's cold, not one. And then you did get nominated, right? For the
Yeah, I got a couple nominations, and I actually have those.
for the CVMA, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. And this is the second annual CVMA. That
Yeah,
we
this
have?
is the second year they're doing it,
Uh-huh.
which I'm really excited to
Nice.
do.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool that they're doing something like that locally, for a lot of the musicians and stuff.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really creative, like having your own like awards show just for I feel like more cities.
Fresno needs that. Fresno definitely needs that for its local artists and musicians. And then, did we have one more flyer coming up? Oh, the comedy. My eyes are so bad.
You're telling me I have my glasses and I still
The
can't
comedy
see it.
convicts. Cool. So when is this one?
This one, I
Does
can't
it say, Mike, when that is? Oh, it's a little blurry. That's what it is. Huh.
soon.
Either way, we know that it's soon.
Yeah.
You'll find out.
It's on the flyer.
Yeah, we
It's just
can't-
blurry
It's hard to
at this
read
moment.
it right now.
November 25th.
Oh, November 25th. There we go, guys. So, do you have any, like, besides, like, music, do you have any other talents or hobbies?
From like my biggest hobbies, I love video games.
Video games? Okay.
I love video games.
What's your favorite video games?
My favorite one to play is probably Minecraft.
Okay.
Right now, I'm on like my last boss battle for Zelda Skyward Sword
Okay.
for
Cool.
the Switch.
Uh-huh.
I like Jump Force. Jump Force is a really good game. I love the Pokemon games. Always have.
Right?
You can
Those
never
are
go.
the best ones.
You can
yeah.
never go wrong.
That's like nostalgic. Like if you're from the '90s, you love Pokemon, like most people do. I have a mad Pokemon collection, so that was honestly as far as I went. Besides like the Game Boy video games for them. But you know, I haven't had a video. We haven't had Game Boys since what? They haven't made one in a while now.
Actually, ironically, my boyfriend just redid his little
Uh-huh.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
Got a new skin for it. He's learned how to do like all the little
Which
parts.
Game Boy does he have?
I think it's the game. I want to say Game Boy Advance.
Oh, the one that flips up.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
That one came out a while ago. I don't keep up with the Game Boy consoles, but I thought it had been a while since they made them, so I don't know. But those Pokemon, like I remember, Pokemon Red was really good. Gold. They had, I don't know if it was called Blue or it was like Water or something.
No, I think it's blue or it's Diamond.
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 Okay, yeah.
And then they have the white one, which I think is Pearl.
Yeah, I know, right? They got so many names for these games nowadays. So overall, like, how far do you plan on taking your music career? How far do you want to go with this?
My goal for my music career is to go far.
Okay.
That's like my dream. My dream
We're talking
is,
though, like specifically, are you trying to be like, you want to win, like, what's the biggest award you want to win? Like,
I honestly don't really care too much for the awards. I just kind of want to make music and just have people enjoy it.
okay, you want to inspire people.
Yeah, I mean, you can get an award, but it's just kind of gonna sit on a shelf.
And collect dusts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You get that one moment of just like, hey, I won this award,
Mhm.
but it's just gonna.
And that's true. That's big. So it's not about the material things. It's what you can do spiritually and inspirationally for other people, and what you bring to the table, and you make other people happy,
Mhm.
and that's always great. So, is there anything else you want to include or finish with?
No, not really. Not besides. My name's Kinzie Rose.
Kinzie Rose.
You can look
everybody.
me up on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, anywhere that has music. You can find my music, and
Awesome.
definitely look out for me and my band coming up.
Oh, we will. We will. Hey, everybody, this is Speakeasy Podcast TV. We thank you for tuning in. We will have this on my YouTube, and it will be reposted. So if you missed this, we'll have it up. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.